Hi, I'm Maddie Crawford, and today my audience is Caleb, right there, and my dogs, Lucy and Rocco. All right, my paper is titled Social Media Affects All of Us. And I'm going to go ahead and start. When you look at any form of media today, women look thin, youthful, and beautiful. Go through almost any magazine, skim through television shows, watch any movie, play any video game, consult almost any form of advertisement. These women represent 5% of women in America. The media affects the way women feel about their body because they advertise women in unrealistic ways. The quest to have the perfect body leaves most women feeling inferior. People are constantly dieting, and young children notice that. But our national average of obesity has rose from 12% the population being overweight in 1990 to 23% in 2005. Movies and television shows girls with tan skin with an attractive boyfriend. Video games show women as annoying girlfriends or as eye candy. Magazines want to advertise products to make women feel like they have something wrong with them, and agencies just want to make money. In addition, not only are women portrayed differently in social media, men are too. Young girls are raised to think that their physical appearances is what shapes them as individuals. Family members who these children look up to are saying how they need to diet or to wear different clothes. By age 2, girls are watching television, starting their daily exposure to messages that show successful women are thin. They are hearing their mothers, teachers, older sisters, and women in general objectify, distrust, and battle their bodies in order to make them exceptionally thin. They are hearing their fathers, brothers, and important males in their lives talk about and judge women's bodies. Society puts images into the minds of children that their figure needs to change. Girls are trained at a young age to form an opinion about weight. It has been suggested that preschoolers learn that certain foods make them fat. By age 6, young children know fat is bad and fat people should diet and exercise. According to the Council on Size and Weight Discrimination, young girls are more afraid of gaining weight than they are of nuclear war, cancer, or losing their parents. This leads to a preoccupation with their body and personal dissatisfaction. In 1990, no states had higher than 15% obesity rate. Later, in 2005, no state had lower than 20% obesity rate. Obesity has been growing and growing in America and other countries. For every 3 children, 1 is overweight. The statistics for children obesity is so large that we are in huge trouble. It has been argued that children should be learning about diet and exercise from a young age so that they can create healthy habits as they grow older. Parents and other family members want children to grow up to be healthy individuals and to know how eating poorly can affect them. The family should be responsible for helping educate children of diet and exercise without making them feel bad about their body. Many studies have been performed linking the exposure of media to the negative effects it has on women. As reported by researchers, 94% of women on television are thinner than the average woman in the United States. This leads women to compare themselves to these images and may lead them to feel inadequate. Another study performed suggested negative psychological and behavioral effects, including eating disorders, depressed mood, body dissatisfaction, low self-esteem, and unnecessary dieting from unrealistic images of women. As stated by Davis, quote, while many of society's institutions have moved forward with respect to women, television may be lagging behind, at least as evidenced by demographic variables. Television is one form of media that is lingering behind the rest of the world. Companies such as Dove are promoting the idea that most women aren't 5'6" and weigh 117 pounds. The average woman in the United States is 5'4" and weighs 140 pounds. They believe that every woman should be represented in the fashion industry and feel comfortable in their own skin. The gaming industry often sends the same message as other forms of media do. Anita Sarkeesian, author of It's Game Over for Gamers, stated, quote, the games often reinforce a similar message, overwhelmingly casting men as heroes and relegating women to the roles of damsels, victims, or hypersexualized playthings. The article suggested that the gaming industry was aimed only towards a male audience. This leads to women and girls being depicted in demeaning ways. The audience is much broader now and includes women and girls as gamers. It is reasonable to assume that this form of entertainment is affecting women and girls. It is essentially that the female character in video games tell a different story than what was previously mentioned as to have a more positive effect on female gamers. And an article stated the symbolic annihilation of women by the mass media. It mentions that magazines mainly focus on domestic aspects of life, including marriage, child rearing, and beauty. Quote, more than 75% of women magazines include at least one ad or article on how to change their physical appearance by diet, exercise, or cosmetic surgery, end quote. Magazines often promote weight loss and dieting. It is implied that women will have a happier life if they improve their physical appearance. Advertisement and agency needs to promote role models that represent 95% of girls and young women who will never meet the ideal 5% of what is seen. Women in all forms of advertisement seem to get thinner each year. The typical model weighs 13% to 19% below expected weight. Anorexia is 15% below expected weight. This creates a distorted picture of reality. Women are made to feel inferior, which leads them to self-hatred and leads to feelings of anxiety, insecurity, and depression. A study recently found that television diet promotions that were non-existent in 1973 now comprise about 5% of TV advertisement. Quote, the average American sees 1,500 ads per day and spends a year and a half of a lifetime watching TV commercials. That was by Berg. Advertisements are powerful. They are a $130 billion industry and the most influential education force in America. Advertisements are constantly repeating the message that you're not attractive and here's what you need to do to fix it. The industry offers weight loss products, services, diet drinks, medications, and weight loss facilities. Fitness is sold on every street corner. Oftentimes we forget that not only are women portrayed differently in media, so are men. Men are supposed to be tall, muscular, athletic, and tough. Samantha Daniel said, many reasons exist for this disparity. Example, prevalence rates of eating disorders, gender role theories, emphasis placed on female attractiveness in media. However, the main reason involves the belief that males are a little or at no risk of having problems related to their body image. The degree of which women are psychologically affected by all kinds of media has been debated for years. It has been proven that media affects all people of all ages and both genders. Unfortunately, media in the forms of movies, TV, games, magazines, and advertising may have a negative effect on the way women feel about their body image. One common theme throughout all types of advertisement is that women are being portrayed in an unrealistic way. The female images would often meet the criteria for anorexia. Most female images used in mass media are youthful and beautiful. This is not a realistic representation of society. Men and women come in all shapes, sizes, and ages. We deserve to have role models that portray realistic and healthy images for all ages and genders. And that's the end of my paper. And I think what made it really different for me is I feel like I needed to pronounce my words better having an audience with me, and it kind of made me a little more nervous. But I mean, I'm kind of used to it because I speak in church, so that helped me a little bit, but it was definitely a different experience. Thanks for watching my video.